Good morning, guys. Today I'm off to go and meet Chunkster Fishing, Chunkster Fishing on YouTube. So yeah, I got an invite last week. One of his mates had dropped out, so he asked me did I want to jump in. So obviously I said yes, and we are on our way to Thorpe Lee Fishery. It's going to take me about an hour to get there, so yeah, I'll see you when we get there. As you can probably hear, it's very windy here at Thorpe Lee, but managed to get the rods out. Found a spot at 22 and a bit wraps. That's there with a solid bag. However, when I cast out the first time, my chair was in the way, so as I've come back down, the PVA bags hit that, and then I've not been able to get a good enough cast. So for now, I've left it out there. I'll just give it an hour while I sort the rest of my stuff out, and then I'll reposition that back to where I want it. And then my right on rod is only 5 wraps out, so it's not necessarily a big water, or it's a lot of open water, should I say. So when people come, I believe that they'll just try and cast out as far as they can, and I found a clear spot about 5 wraps out, so worth a go really. Only here for one night, so I've got nothing to lose really. So yeah, I'm going to chuck a little bit more bait over that now, and then hopefully that'll be me once I've set up. As you can see, bibby's not up, just straight off the barrow, good to go. Yeah, let's get the rest of the kit set up and reposition that next time. Well, it's time to tie up another PVA bag. As I said before, I cast out, hit the chair on the way out, and it didn't land where I wanted to land. So I'm going to take you through how I tie up a new bag before I cast it out. Oh, someone's just cracked off on the other side of the lake. Tom's already cracked off, he said today, but he wouldn't show me. But yeah, so Chunkster Fishing cannot cast. You heard it here first. Right, anyway, let's get started on the PVA bag. Just move the camera down. So that's my little bucket, as you can see, and I'm using a nice subtle braid with a tungsten kicker on. Size, I think it's a size 6, wide gate, straight point barbed hook from Fox on a simple hair rig. The bait I'm going to be using is a Northern Special dumbbell wafter, white one. So yeah, simply, I've already measured these rigs beforehand, and I quite like the distance. So nice and simple. Feed the bait on, put a bait stop on somewhere in here. There it is. Yep, so the bait stops are now on. I like a big gap, so the idea of this is the hook sits still on the ground, and the wafter literally just wafts above it, like so. So I don't know if you can see from that angle. Sits on the ground and it just wafts above there, so the hook's still on the ground. Next part is prep the bag. I'm using the Fox Rapid system. So open the bag, give this a squeeze. Sometimes you can use a lock and collar if you need to, but most of the time I don't need to. Yeah, bag on, little blow inside. Now it's time to put the lead on. Again, using inline Fox leads on Avid bag stems. Hook bait goes inside, pinch the stem so the weight doesn't fall all the way in. Make sure the hook link and the bait sit in how you want it to. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I like to put my hook bait into the corner. Chuck a little bit into the bag, pat it down. That's it. Now I drop the weight inside and fill up the bag. About 3/4 full. Try and get a bit more pellet in. Give it a little shake, make sure the lead's still positioned there where I want it. That's it. Get rid of that big pellet that was on the top. So yeah, give it a twist once you've patted it all down. I like to tie my bags rather than just lick and stick. So make it as compact as I can, keep twisting. Once I'm happy, so this position now, take my PVA tape, just damp it down a little bit, and then I want to twist it round the same direction I've twisted the bag. So I do that around 10 times, pulling it, getting it tighter as I go. Little lick halfway, just to moisten it all up. Once I'm done, continue twisting the excess. Lick the end, and then I stick that end to the bag, just so we know that's nice and tight, like so. Give this a little trim. Pat the edges down. So this is right where the hook bit is, so it's going to be a bit harder. Lick and stick the edges. Same on the other side. There you go. Nice little compact, solid bag, hook bait there in the corner. All I need to do now, when I'm ready to cast it out, is take the goo. For this one, I'm going to go white squid, stab it, give it a squeeze, and that's good to go. Yeah, very simple, very quick to do. Happy days. First brew of the day, freshly made. And I've got a few questions for you guys. My first question is, do you know anyone, when it comes to tea that is, do you know anyone who puts the milk in before the water? If so, cut that person out of your life. That is just wrong in every single way. Probably going to be a serial killer. Have a little think. Secondly, what biscuits do you take on the bank? So with me today, I've got the dark chocolate digestives. Yeah, I just thought I'd grab a pack in Lidl. They're not my bit is the Tower Gate, although the branding and scheme and everything looks very, very similar. Yeah, Lidl's pretty good at that. And I've always thought I like to have a good ratio, a chocolate to biscuit ratio. And I think on these, there's too much biscuit and not enough chocolate. Yeah, I had a couple of biscuits in a session with Nick, and it was almost like a thick, almost like a bar of chocolate with a biscuit underneath. Now they were good. That was almost like a perfect biscuit to chocolate ratio, and you can apply that ratio to many things. So this is biscuits. When I have pasta, let's for spaghetti bolognese for example, a pasta to sauce ratio has to be good. Too much sauce, you run out of pasta. Too much pasta, you've not got enough sauce. But if you've got too much sauce, you can normally mop it up with a bit of garlic bread. So yeah, that's what goes through my head sometimes. The the ratios of certain things. What's your go-to biscuit on the bank? Leave it in the comments below. And any recommendations for biscuits whilst on the bank, also leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to get a pack next time I'm out fishing, and I'll give you a little in-session review on the old ratios, chocolate to biscuit ratio. It can happen with, you know, jammy dodgers, the jam to biscuit, etc, etc. The possibilities are endless, guys.
I know what you fucking did. I could hear whispers. I could hear it.
You was gonna get it.
I knew exactly what you were planning to do. Just buzz my line.
Just thought I'd jump on, give you a quick update going into the evening. It's what time is it? So it's 10 to 6 now, and as you would have just seen, the fish showing literally at the rod tips. It's done that now maybe 7 times. I didn't think anything of it at first, but then it's come back a second time, a third time. So I've put a rod on that. It's fishing slackline, scattered a couple of buoys around it, had a liner on it. Bearing in mind my bobbin's already on the floor, so I had a bit of a liner. So yeah, that I'm positive about that one. And the other one is at 22 wraps with the solid bag on. Just waiting to do it, so hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. I am confident going into tonight that even the margin rod might do something. There's fish showing, they're out there, but they're just not feeding at the minute. So yeah, gonna have a quick brew, a few more biscuits, we're gonna get a pizza later. Tom's found 2 spods and he's also been headbutted by a coot. Don't know why, I don't know. Really bizarre human. Wanted to pick the coot up, that came to him, went to pick it up, flew into him and headbutted him.
Did he just headbutt you?
Each to their own, I'll just leave him to it. But yeah, he sent me a video, he's found a second spod, so he's found a spawn and a wolf spod. So yeah, he's doing quite well. That's probably 30 quid's worth. So he's actually fished for free now. He's got made 2 spods. By the way, if those are yours, message him, he might give it you back. We'll see. But yeah, that's all I was going into tonight. Not really going to do any spodding or anything like that, because I don't feel like, I don't really want to be honest. I'm not feeling that confident in a bite out at distance, so I don't really want to spod over the top. I'll just use my solid bags, probably tie another one up, so I've got one good to go, one on the rod, just like that. Probably don't really want to do more than one, because I'm not sure what hook baits are working out there, so I'm just chopping and changing. Until I get a bite, I can't. That's all I can really do. Stick to what I know works other places, but it might not work here. For example, pink or yellow, whatever it might be. So we'll just see. But yeah, let's get a brew on. Here he is.
Oh, hello mate.
Where'd you just hook a coot?
Yep, 22 wraps, furthest for the light, like pretty much most action I've ever had at that range.
A coot at 22 wraps. So there's a gravel bar out there, and it's about 3 foot deep, in between 2 and 3 foot, so the swans can dive down on it, arse is in the air, so yeah, it's not deep at all, and he's hooked a coot.
Been headbutted by a coot.
Yep.
Trip. Now I've caught one.
Amazing.
This far, mate. Ugh. I think they're quite popular.
No pressure, Tom.
Oh, there you go. Snap off fish.
The chunkster fishing at his best. Tom's an out and out range fisher. He loves it. Solid bag, pub chuck. Here we go. No dramas. Yeah, decent pub chuck. Happy with that? Well, that was a very, very wet pack up. Yeah, drenched. Really good session, not on the fishing front, but you know, the social aspect, really good, enjoyable. We had pizzas, just got to know each other, span a few dits. So yeah, really good session. Tom, as you've seen, mental, catches coots, lets him headbutt him. Mental guy. Yeah, Callum really nice as well. The old tackle tart. He says he's not, but Tom tried to get him to confess on camera, but he admitted to us off camera that he is indeed a tackle tart. So yeah, really nice to meet him, and hopefully we get another session in soon. But yeah, I'm off now. That's it, session done. Thorpe Lee Fishery. Yeah, not bad. I would come back. Hopefully I wouldn't blank, because there is a lot of nice fish from their social media, and I would love to have bagged a scaly banger, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be this session. So on to the next one.